learning. But we can't go into the deep end to do the stats. It will be a lousy project. You can't publish that because you don't know. You're muddling through. That's what I mean. And for focus group discussions, we expect you, to have a scribe and a moderator. I expect you as a master's student or PhD student to run at least a few of those sessions as the moderator or as the scribe, because you're learning to do the research. But it's okay to have another 2 people so that you finish your work on time, isn't it? Yeah, so you can be
a you're not the one who recruited them. I think the
you can recruit your research assistants.
No, recruited the research participants. I think
No,
that's the point you're making.
No, it depends. Wait. I can recruit because I'm not a nursing officer and I'm not a medical officer in the diabetes clinic.
Okay.
It's my master's, I think, unless I'm not understanding. She was talking about a clinician recruiting. If I'm doing a research, a master's project, and then yangu, in fact, I have enough time and I'm only doing the 20 interviews Violet asked for. And the ANC women are so many, I don't need help to recruit quickly, because you know, a student, your time is limited. I can do them all on my own, because this is, I'll just come ask for permission from the CEO of the hospital, show my letter from Nakosti, my letter from the IRB, Moyo, whatever, and they allow me, they even give me an office space. I can recruit myself until I'm done. I don't see those women in ANC. But the nurse there, I will introduce myself and give them, I call it a 1-pager summary about my project, so that she fully understands what I'm doing, and she can explain it to the mothers she think meet my eligibility criteria. And they will say around the corner, there's a lady, maybe that day I'm in red, wearing a red dress. She's doing a study and you look like you might be eligible. Do you want to see if you're interested? So, you see what I mean?
Yes, now, but
so you can be you can be a healthcare worker. You can recruit as long as you're not directly.
You're not recruiting, you're referring. Recruitment is different. You see, the community health workers,
I'm with Dr. Ed, because let's say we have a clinician who's a doctor,
yes,
but he can recruit, he can do the collection himself if it's not his clinic. So family medicine can go to surgical clinic and do directly.
But don't introduce yourself as a doctor.
So that's my question.
So long as, you see, when I show up now, if I introduce myself as a doctor, if I use my title, I'm Professor Violet Nanya, and I would like you to be, then immediately remember the 2 things I said in the morning. The moment they associate the university and healthcare providers, it's in sociology we call it, there's a social distance that happens just suddenly. But not just a social distance, they feel like they're here and you're there, and that you're saying something important, and that you can't be recruiting them for something that's not good for them. So for as long as, that's what I'm saying, you need to reflect and ask yourself, is there in any way I'm affecting the research field? Am I creating any biases in any way? Might I, my presence, even the way I dress or carry myself, might I, lead to some undue or coercion or whatever it is? So even if you're going to a different clinic, if they know that you look like a doctor, or like
I know.
Dr. Ali, it doesn't matter even if you wear your hat this way and you come on saying they will just be biased already. You know why, right? Yeah? There's also bias because you look like a Mzungu, as they say, So they say, yes, I want to be in the study. And especially if your consent form, there's somewhere that says, and there will be a reimbursement. They're waiting to hear how much that is. So let's be real to these things, because the Nuremberg Code, this thing about voluntariness and informed consent actually was the heart, it's the spine of this issue about protecting human participants. So I'm glad you're asking these questions for your own projects, but also when you're reviewing a protocol. We often, even in Aga Khan, I've received projects and I've said to the chair, oh, this person needs to get a liaison for collecting data, for recruiting and consenting, because sometimes it's actually a mix, and they're recruiting from their own pediatric clinic, and they're trying to get to mothers who have children with epilepsy, but they're the ones who see the mothers and the babies.
Maybe tomorrow we can talk about the difference between, for most of us, right? Because sometimes we are wearing a researcher's hat, sometimes we are wearing a clinician's hat. And when does that conflict of interest come in and apply? Because I think that's the heart of what Dr. Nat is asking.
And it's a real conflict. It happens all the time. Actually, you have to be conscious of it all the time. Yeah. So that's a thing to think about. Because you're in a clinical setup. You know, some places we go, it's a university setting. They may or may not be associated with a health facility, and it's a different ball game. For the university, the power relations that we talk about is like a faculty wants to do research in the student community. It's the same thing. I can't go recruiting, and they know I'm their teacher. I have to get someone, a buffer. Yeah.
Can you be present with the recruiting?
No. We discourage that. They shouldn't consciously. You'll still have that effect. Imagine the doctor, you're the nursing officer, and they're trying to recruit, and you're standing behind there listening to the call. Actually, we discourage group consenting even when you're going for a collective data collection like an FGD. I still go for one-on-one when you're explaining a study, so that I don't feel like I'm pressured by the people around me to make a decision.
What if you want to just... You know, some of us, we cannot dedicate on me personally. If I am to head a project, I cannot just let... You have to know what is happening. Maybe they're saying the wrong thing, maybe they're not saying something.
That means you didn't train your team. You need to be confident. I train my team in a way that everybody, in fact now, if you allow me, if I open my WhatsApp, because they are doing data collection right now, observation, we have a WhatsApp group. I am doing debriefing every day, and if there is an emergency or something, they post on the group if something needs to be done. So you will have other ways to do the monitoring of what is going on and giving supportive supervision, but there are times you need to step out of the field. You can go to the community, maybe they are running FGDs, but don't sit in the FGD. You can sit under the tree and eat a mango as you observe from a distance.
Shake the mango.
Shake the mango tree.
Doc, say something.
No, like, if you ask me, I'm okay, like, to assign someone as long as I have the proper tool. What I need is the proper tool. Because if you have a proper tool, like, you are confident that that thing will go right. But if you are planning to have multiple quick fixes on your tool, yes, you should be there.
Yeah, once you train your research assistants, you shouldn't worry about it. But and then I use a lot of what I call field work logs and guides. So there's a system they have to follow, and there's a way they account at the end of every session and at the end of every day. So once you set up all those types of systems, you shouldn't worry about your team. And there are very many able young people you can train for your research. In fact, where is it? In Uganda, they're having a 4-country maternal, the ones going on maternal immunization study. And in Uganda, their RAs are institutional. I don't know about Chogora, so they've employed like a number of research assistants on salary, so they're on FTE on several grants. So each time you get a grant, you say, oh, I will need to do in-depth interviews, I will need this, so they pick from that group people who have that skill set, and you just need to prepare them for your project. So it means, it's people who have a lot of experience and all that. Even if they are not institutional, you can talk to colleagues who've been doing research and they roll over the good ones. You know, sometimes you have to drop some apples along the way. They mess around, they eat the participants' money, they don't bring in their notes on time. I don't want to employ you any longer. You'll bring in someone else. Yeah.
Hi.
There are a lot of questions that we are going to go home tonight with. And I think for me, it's dawning on me, not that I didn't know this before, but you always need to have a good reminder. The onus that's on your shoulders as an IRB. There are many things we have to consider. But the beauty of it all is that it is not on the shoulders of an individual. It's a teamwork. And just like we saw with the analogy of the spider in the web, I think together we can do this. I'd like us to appreciate our excellent facilitators. We can do a factorial of 6 for both of them.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So we've come to the end of our day today. I know that we had said on the schedule that we might have tea as a wrap-up, but we anticipated that things would go very late, and I know some people wanted to go home. And so none of that is going to hold you. We'll start early tomorrow, according to our timetable at 8:30. Everyone is invited back. I know some of you might not be able to make it, but just know, yes. We will miss you, but let me know if you're not going to be able to make it tomorrow. That said, please let's continue to think about some of these things. Let's write down our questions, especially for Saturday morning or afternoon when we're wrapping up, so that we can have all of our questions answered. Okay, so we can end by sharing the grace. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. The venue will not change, we'll be still here in this room. Sorry?